I grew up in a secular home where Jewish culture was always very important. I started going to Hebrew school at a very early age, and we were often at temple for every holiday from Yom Kippur to Sukkot to Purim. And my grandfather used to always say to me, "Remember, Stacey, Jews stick together. Jews are there for Jews." Oh, I moved to Cresskill, I think around 20 years ago. And when I moved into the neighborhood, I really didn't know many people, and a few women were members of the Young Women's Board. And they thought, being a young mother, it might be a great opportunity for me to meet some other people in the community and to maybe help make a difference. So I got involved, met a lot of wonderful women, and then unfortunately I had a few hardships and I couldn't be as involved. And one of my fellow honorees, Barbara Joyce, wouldn't let me stop being connected and told me, as little as you can give, it helps. Please stay involved. So here I am today, even more involved than I ever thought I would be. The Federation really does so much more than most people realize. Federation helps Jews, but it also helps many non-Jews. From Bergen Reeds to the mega food drive they just helped orchestrate, which raised over 2 tons of food for the local community. The Federation just makes me feel so proud to be part of, a sense of belonging, of being part of this great community. And in many ways, it's become a family of great friends people I would have never met if I wasn't involved, and hope that these bonds last a lifetime. My family sees that I'm always very busy. I'm involved in many charities, and Neil and I always feel that it's very important for our children to understand that we are fortunate to have such a supportive family, many great friends, and the financial means to make it through some of our hardships. And there are many out there that are not as fortunate and need as much help as possible. And I tell my children, it more often is better to give than receive. And they see how much time and effort I put into my work at the Federation with the Women's Board and planning and allocation. And I only hope one day they take what I've done and pass it on to their children.
Federation is the only Jewish organization in our area that has its finger on the pulse of the needs of the community, both local, national, and overseas. When my girls were part of the youth group at Temple, I used to volunteer and take them with other kids to Super Sunday to volunteer. So that was sort of my stepping stone in. I used to go to the women's events and, the lunches and dinners and listen to speakers. But it was truly my very dear friends, Sue Ann and Paula, who were my mentors and my role models, and they paved the path for me. Okay, my family knows that this is how important this is to me. Greg is truly supportive. My girls have always had a very good sense of tzedakah. They've also had very strong Jewish values. And I think seeing me involved in an organization like this rubs off on them and the things that they do in their lives. I adore the women of Women's Philanthropy. They're an incredible group of vibrant and hardworking women, and I'm honored and privileged to be a part of them. And many of them I'm now so thrilled to call my friends. Whether it's hunger in the local community, hurricanes and earthquakes across the country, BDS on campus, anti-Semitism at Rutgers, Jews in the former Soviet Republic. Federation has the resources, both funds and the man and woman power to respond to these needs wherever they are and when they need to be met. Working on events and going on missions with these women creates a true sense of sisterhood, and it's just a fabulous group to be involved with.
Barbara Joyce is one of the kindest, most hardworking people whom I've ever met.
I started out as a women's philanthropy volunteer many years ago, so I know the definition of the best women's philanthropy director out there. When you look in the dictionary for a women's philanthropy director of Federation, Barbara Joyce's picture is there.
I have learned everything there is about being a Jewish communal professional from working with Barbara Joyce.
She is an incredibly hard worker and the nicest person you'll ever meet.
Barbara is a workaholic. She's well accomplished. We have so many projects going on at the same time, and she's able to do them all, and always with a smile.
She's a doer, she's a go-getter, she gets on your knees, she makes the phone calls, whatever needs to get done, she gets done.
Barbara is so loving, caring, and so helpful no matter what you ask her to do.
She's a pleasure to be with. She does everything with a smile on her face, and whatever anybody asks her to do, she makes it seem like it's her pleasure to do it.
She's a very caring person. She gets her hands dirty. She's really wonderful.
And besides her juggling all the details of running women's philanthropy, she also sees each of us as a person and meets us there. She handles herself with such grace.
She's the woman that never says no. She's flexible, she's kind, she's lovely, she knows what she's doing.
She's always so helpful and enthusiastic, and she's just such a warm and wonderful person.
I not only respect Barbara, but I adore Barbara.
And she is an amazing person, she really is. She knows everybody by name, she knows all about their families.
She really wants to know about each and every person she encounters, and she puts her heart in everything she does.
She's just a magical person. I'm so thrilled we're honoring her. She's a blessing in my life.
I hear her on the phone every single day talking to countless women in our community, encouraging them to get involved with Federation, to give of their time, to give of their dollars.
So if I had to come up with one word to describe Barbara, I would call her a mensch.
Barbara is a mensch.
She is just a genuine person.
Joyful.
Spectacular.
Consummate professional.
Special.
Committed.
Super.
Caring.
I can't say enough about Barbara Joyce.
Come up with one word for Barbara? I couldn't, because between her passion, her compassion, her enthusiasm, she is kind-hearted, caring, she is everybody's sounding board. I can go on and on about all the attributes. I basically, when I grow up, I want to be just like Barbara Joyce.
Traditionally, when we start creating this video for the honorees, the first question we ask them is, tell us about your Jewish journey. Well, my Jewish journey is a little different than most of the other honorees. Although I'm not Jewish, being at the Federation for the past 25 years, I have certainly been on a Jewish journey. After all, I had a lot to learn. Learning about all the different Jewish holidays and traditions, learning the difference between mitzvah and matzah, Pesach and Purim, when I can use non-dairy creamer, or when I have to use dairy non-dairy creamer. It was all lessons I had to learn, but I've come a long way. Helping people is a Jewish core value, but it's also a value that my parents instilled in my family. Many of the women in this room know the importance of Federation, but many others are here because their friends asked them to join them at their table, or they wanted to hear what Jenna Bush Hager had to say, and that's all great reasons for being here. But I'm asking you to become part of Federation in a meaningful way, and every person has a different meaningful way, but do it in your way and you'll get so much out of it. Thank you all for allowing me to be here for 25 years, and I look forward to being here for another 25 years. Just kidding, Jason.